I want to speak today about embracing weird. Now, that in itself may seem kind of weird. This idea and inspiration came when our Parzival Academy guest contributor, Tad Hargrave, from Marketing for Hippies, yes, he really does teach hippies, people who care about the earth and want to create a new way, how to market and build their work in the world, what they care about in the world. When he came and spoke to our Parzival students, he asked them all about who they were and to share a bit about themselves. And then he kind of sat back and he said, my kind of people, a bunch of weirdos. And he said it so endearingly and lovingly, and we all got a chuckle. But as we sat with it, there was so much truth that continued to unfold through that conversation that we all had together. Tad began the presentation that he was offering, the conversation that he was offering, with a quote from Krishnamurti saying that it is no measure of health to be well adjusted in a profoundly sick society. Now, we could argue, are we really a profoundly sick society? You know, some people believe that, well, this is just the way it's supposed to be, and we're supposed to keep moving on. And maybe if we think society's really sick, we're just being negative, and so on and so forth. But I think we can all agree, if we look around at our political systems, our economics, our the divisiveness that's happening, the way there's such an imbalance with climate and so many big challenges that we're seeing in the world right now, we could argue that that is a profoundly sick society. Sickness meaning unwell, unhealthy, not feeling like we're thriving or flourishing. You know, when even from a health standpoint, you know, our expected age is decreasing in terms of how long we're expected to live anymore in the US. And there's so many different pieces that we could begin to argue, like, what's happening? What is causing us to feel so unwell and so unhealthy? So this is where embracing weird comes in. Now, the word weird, from the etymology around 1400 or so, literally means the power to control fate. The power to control fate. That is such an interesting concept when instead we've as a culture kind of thought of the weirdos as the outcasts, the people who don't belong, right? And yet aren't we a culture that loves conformity, that loves everyone to be the same, that doesn't want anyone to upset the apple cart, right? And yet weird is about the power to control fate. To top it off, the word weird was also used to describe the uncanny or supernatural qualities of the goddess in the German culture, okay? And so here you have this concept of uncanny, supernatural, feminine power, feminine wisdom, combined with this capacity to control fate. Sounds to me like the weirdos are here to change the world. Sounds to me like those who think outside the box and do things differently are providing an opportunity for us all to look at life differently. Now, there are some who choose to be weird for the sake of being weird, just to rebel or just be different. But the reality is, at Parzival Academy, we get a lot of students who are saying, is this really all there is? Is this the only choice I have when I graduate high school or college? Is this the only thing that I have an opportunity to do? Do I really have to do it the way everybody says I have to do it? Do I have to follow this exact path? Now, speaking of paths, that was another thing that Tad mentioned. We walk a path through life. And often we're thinking about, okay, what's been before and what's ahead of us. So we could go backward and take a look at what's been. We could go forward and create something new. But there's another path that he spoke of, and that is the awkward path. The path that maybe veers off from the one that we've been on. And it's the weirdos who often are willing to take the awkward path. So this is so much about embracing weird, embracing awkward, being willing to have the courage. Courage is the first step we talk to our students about, having the courage to take a step on their own unique path, embracing their uniqueness, embracing the different views and different ideas that they have, and being able to talk about it, to have a place to feel connected with that, to feel like they see others, and they don't have to be just like the others, but they can all be weird together. They can all have their uniqueness. And it's amazing to watch them all feel like, wow, I never had a place like this where other people thought in similar ways that I do, or I never had a place where I could learn so much more from other people that still didn't feel like I had to conform or measure up to some kind of societal standard, right? There is a gift in not fitting in, and Parzival Academy aims to nurture that gift, to help that gift to blossom, to allow young adults to be themselves, to show up in the world with strength and resilience and courage to be everything that they are and ultimately change the world.